Network Entertainment.
Who's ready for story time?
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
Let me talk to you.
Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Adam!
Hey everyone, this is Jeff Cobb.
I have to finish the story.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Run!
Bang! The sniper is shooting you down. This is TMDK's Robbie Eagles.
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
Hello, my name is Ilya Dragunov, the Czar, the NXT champion, and you're listening to...
And you're listening to...
And you're listening. And you are listening.
And you're listening
to the Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
Right, you found this. This is the bonus post-stream episode of the Wrestling Podcast this week. So, maraming ganap. There is a lot of things that we don't have time to talk about on the stream. So we have this. And let's get right to it so we don't waste too much of your time. First, we have the CM Punk thing. So, may update doon. We went on a rant nung Picks of the Week, if you heard that, about the whole Punk rumors. And I think it's worth noting and updating you guys that Dave Meltzer said that there have been zero talks at all between WWE and CM Punk. So Punk apparently reached out, pero hindi siya pinansin, or they just turned him down straight up. And this is a little bit of a non-update because we've already talked about the big non-update on Monday, on Tuesday rather. So you got anything else to say about this, Emil?
I feel like yung team ni CM Punk, they just sent this rumor out just para mapag-usapan yung possibility. I think that was it. Was like his PR team did something to get this out, so that may mga talks, like even though wala naman talagang talks, and I'm glad that in a way WWE shut that down real quick. Like, yes, there is money to this, but at the same time, they're already earning record revenues over the last year or so. So it must mean they're doing something right. And it's not like they really need anyone right now. And yung target ngayon ng WWE talaga is the younger prospects, yung mga
NIL.
Coming out of college, and then people like Jade Cargill, who is still pretty young and has a lot of potential. Yun yung hinahabol ng WWE ngayon. WWE, hindi sila ngayon naghahanap ng mga veterans, mga old-time wrestlers like Punk. So, in a way, parang nag-stick lang sila dun sa kanilang mission and vision this year, which is that go after go younger.
That doesn't sound sus at all.
I just realized a joke now. Sorry.
Tawag doon, it's also worth mentioning that see Triple H and Nick Khan and Vince Dow, they all said no to Punk.
Yeah,
and to be honest, deserve niyang pantanggihan. Like it doesn't take a booking genius to see. It doesn't take an industry veteran to see that CM Punk at his current state is a huge liability. And I don't know if they know that, helping him fix himself is an option. Diba? I don't know if they know that. But maybe they also didn't think it was worth the investment. Like either they thought that Punk wasn't going to go for that, or talagang you just don't want the headache at all. Like even though you would make a lot of money, they just proved that they would still make a lot of money without him. Diba?
Yeah.
Like, the Punk money is nice to have. The Punk fan base is nice to have. But a lot of those people who love Punk are still watching WWE. So, yeah, exactly. So, you're not missing anyone at all.
Saka AEW, when they got Punk, they needed Punk to put themselves over, right? But with WWE, they're the number one wrestling company in the world. They're the industry at this point. So they really don't need Punk. Like, I think it's the other way around. Like, if Punk really wants to get back to wrestling, maybe he needs WWE more than they need him. But at the same time, it's kind of too soon. He just left this big pile of baggage na iniwan niya sa AEW and dala-dala niya. So, I think you can say it's a smart move by WWE na, yeah, we're good right now. We don't need you.
Yeah, they were talking about this on the Masked Man show earlier this week. So they did bring up the fact that Punk is old. He's in his 40s already. And this might be like one of his last big wrestling paydays. Because after this, if you age out too much, maybe you might not be a Jeff Jarrett who's still going at 56. But you're not going to make that top guy money that much unless you're a Ric Flair or whatever. But given Punk's injury history then and his vulnerability physically, diba? It's going to be a tall order. So, yeah, if I were Punk, I would put in the work to fix myself mentally, emotionally, psychologically, prove that you're worth keeping around. Because right now, the people in charge of the biggest company in the world, they have the good sense to know when you are a liability to them and to know that you're not worth the money right now. So I'm just glad that, hindi sila napadala sa hype. That's sa buzz. Diba? That's good business for you. Like, when the man child in the industry doesn't want anything to do with you, you done fucked up. Diba?
Yeah. So sa mga Punk fanatics natin dyan, he's not going to WWE anytime soon. So that's basically a rumor killer, kumbaga. Na he was never in talks with WWE. So maybe in a couple of years, pero not right now. It's way too soon, like I said.
Yeah. Yeah, and so next up we have more things. We have the Iron Claw trailer, which dropped yesterday, Manila time. Yeah. So it's the story of the Von Erichs rather. Tapos, syempre, si Zac Efron, si Kevin Von Erich, yung only surviving Von Erich sibling right now, because the others met tragic ends. So, syempre, kwento nito siya yung bida, syempre. What do you think of the movie trailer, Emil? Is it looking like a new wonderful entry in the pantheon of wrestling cinema?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I thought Zach was going to, honestly, because of the status of the Von Erichs, I really thought Zac Efron was going to be Kerry Von Erich because he was the...
Di pwedeng patay siya.
You could argue he was the successful Von Erich. Yung may bida dito is playing the lesser successful.
Yeah,
but
he's alive though.
Yeah. So I guess that makes him the most successful Von Erich. See, Kevin. I think, looking by the trailer, this is going to be a hell... Probably this is going to be the best wrestling movie ever since The Wrestler. That's how I'm confident with this movie. Now it will, there's this tweets na I've been reading about this movie na, yung mga fangirls si Zac Efron are gonna come into this movie and they're gonna be shocked by the end of this movie with how tragic the story was of the Von Erichs. So I'm looking forward to how they're gonna depict the tragedy, yung trahedya na nangyari sa family nila, and it's gonna drop Christmas, right? So I hope they palabas din dito. Yeah, I hope they palabas.
MMFFN.
Oh my god!
After the MMFFN, for sure.
Wow. Okay, that's a bummer. That's honestly a bummer because I really want to watch this movie sa cinemas because I'm hyped with this movie.
Oh, probably like TBA Studios or Cinema 76 will bring it in because they brought in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah. So I think you can count on them to bring in the A24 movies. So we'll see. I'm excited for this. I'm just so tired of fake Southern accents. I got so tired of it nung heels kasi Stephen Amell was laying it on really thick, and it was so over the top ridiculous that I started getting tired of it. And then I hear this now. Zac Efron's doing the Texan accent. It's like, God. Well, separate at least accurate job, pero it's annoying.
Yeah,
so annoying. But it's looking good. They really they really went all in on transforming their bodies to look like 70s, 80s wrestlers, especially yung mga really bodybuilder types back in the day. It's a wrestler's wrestler, if you will. So I'm sure the local fans would love seeing that kind of portrayal. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I like seeing the quote unquote serious wrestling stories translated to cinema or TV, diba? So this is gonna be fun, and I think we'll see a lot less of the annoying psychology of the stories. Like if you watch heels, because it's super annoying the way people behave. At least it's real life, so
Straight up, right?
Yeah, it's the excuse of the immaturities of real life, diba? In the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Saka for those who are unaware, MJF is gonna have a minor role in this.
Yeah,
as what they call the fake one.
Yeah, people are looking for MJF in this trailer, but MJF's character wasn't a real Von Erich.
It's a minor.
Sibling.
It's a minor character.
Yeah, hindi talaga siya lalabas. Like MJF is a world champion of the number 2 promotion in the world. He doesn't have that much mainstream cash just yet.
Yep.
Right. Next, Michael Cole on Raw this week. He asked Cody about what the fuck he's doing right now.
I love this, by the way. Like Michael Cole got real on in his face.
Pati si Michael Cole nainip na rin. No, but to be fair, when Cody and Jay won the championships, people were like wondering why are they doing this? Because Cody has a whole story that he said he was going to finish, right? The story of the WWE Championship that Dusty didn't get to win. And then Michael Cole brought that up in his face. Walang preno eh.
In front of Jay.
In front of Jay as well. So he asked, what the fuck Cody is doing messing around here with the tag team championships. And I thought it was funny. What do you think of... Because I think it mirrors a lot of what the fans feel about Cody and how WWE is booking him right now. And I think it was funny that they actually acknowledged that. Because does that mean what? Does that mean they're finally going to set it in motion? I don't even know how they're going to set that in motion again, other than him possibly winning the Rumble again, diba? So
I mean, malapit na din naman yung palapit na tayo sa WrestleMania season. We are into October, so it's in 2 months. It's going to be the Rumble season again. So I think they're teasing it a little bit, and they're going back to that story. It's just them like teasing us a little bit about it. Because like you said, Cody right now and Jay, they are just yung story nila ngayon. They are not the main characters of that story. They are the supporting characters of that story.
Yeah, but then Michael Cole reminded Cody he was supposed to be a main character.
Yeah, I know this story. So I think they're just teasing it a little bit. Yes, we are. The WWE is aware of the fans. The fans' reaction, the fans' sentiments regarding this. Are you supposed to be finishing your story? So it's them acknowledging yes, we are aware, and because they acknowledge it, it must have mean mean that they're gonna go back to it at some point, diba? So we just they're gonna stretch out nila to WrestleMania. That's where it's gonna happen, I think. So yeah.
So I think the question I have was that did they purposely have Cody fuck around so that they can do this story, or did they catch themselves having Cody fucking around and then they correct it? They're trying to correct it by having them do the story.
I think that's the second one is more accurate.
So they got caught slipping. They caught themselves slipping.
Yeah, mas likely yung second scenario. I think that's what happened.
Right. Well, I would hope so. Kasi I hope it was the first. Because at least you can say this was the plan all along. So
no, I think now they're trying to get him back to the swing of things. That's what I feel like. I hope. I mean, diba a few weeks ago lumabas yung rumors na The Rock versus Roman Mania. Now that that rumor is over. Like especially again with the strike being over, siguro I hope it's soon. So The Rock is not going to be around come Mania time. So time to get on the wagon of the Cody wagon once again.
Right. Well, if you are still a Cody fan, right? For
Yeah.
all of you who are. All right, last thing on the menu, we had yet another. I didn't think about the last thing. Sorry, there are a few more items after this. We had another vignette. This time, we finally saw the face of Brian Pillman Jr., but he said that he wasn't going to be Brian Pillman Jr., so he's going to call himself Lexus King. It is a tribute to his sisters. One is Alexis Pillman yata. His sister from his biological father, Brian Pillman. And then the King is from his stepfather's his stepfather. His last name is King. So he said he never got to know Brian Pillman Sr. And then the wrestling business caused him pain. So he was going to use the name of the person who stepped up. The person who stepped up. Interesting, because at least they explain this. You don't have to wonder why they're not using the Brian Pillman name, which is fair, I think. It's actually fair. Pinag-isipan nila to. They put in a lot of thought into why this was the name, and they did a good job explaining to at least, let people know why he wasn't going to use the name that he was more popular by, right? So, what do you think of this? Are you excited to see Brian Pillman? Lexus King, rather.
Lexus
That's
King.
going to take some getting used to.
Parang Tiger King lang.
Oo nga eh.
I said no live stream that there wasn't any consequential that happened on NXT. I forgot. This is one of those few consequential things that happened on NXT. The reveal of the Lexus King. Or Lexus King, yun yung pangalan niya. And I'm quite hyped for this. I mean, it's kind of the same with what they did with Santos Escobar. Like, he was introduced as El Hijo del Fantasma. They did the switch. And
he didn't explain why he was Santos Escobar.
All right.
Bakit dalawang last name ginamit nila, diba?
But yeah, I'm excited for it. It's a fresh start for Brian Pillman. I mean, by the late stages of his AEW run, I mean, you could see the writing on the wall that they are never going to give this guy a push. They were never going to give this guy just because of his name. He was never going to get that recognition and that push as a main eventer. So this is his fresh start, and I hope he succeeds with this new name. And I like the thing that he said. When you see me, I want you to think of me rather than Brian, right?
Yeah.
So that's a very clever way to do a name change.
That's gonna be tough because he looks a lot like his dad.
Maybe if he shaves his hair, if he shaves his hair, do a complete
fucking shave, go bald, stop wearing the tiger stripes and stuff like that.
Diba? Make yourself look unique to what Pillman used to look like, diba? That's a way to distinguish yourself from, if you want people to know you, if you want the people to know you for you.
Yeah, TK kind of dropped the ball on Brian Pillman Jr. Yeah. He had something and then he ditched it for other people, which is fine because I medyo green pa si Brian Pillman back then. But it's one of those things that you could have invested in, but you didn't quite do that. So now he's WWE's, and he is on track to have a bigger career, maybe even bigger than his father, right? So speaking of people who left AEW to go to WWE, Jade Cargill is now showing up everywhere. She showed up arriving on Fastlane. She showed up arriving to the NXT parking lot. Buti lang di siya na-attack. Did she show up on Raw? I haven't seen Raw yet.
No, not on Raw.
Ayun, so people thought that she was assigned to NXT because she showed up on NXT. But the rumors are saying that nothing is final for her yet. They're just really having her appear as much as possible just to keep her relevant. But she's actually still training at the PC because she's still improving on the things that she needs really polishing, right? She's had some great matches, but that's because of a lot of people guiding her, a lot of much more experienced veterans guiding her. So I think it's a good move that they're touching up her work, which is tama lang naman. That's why you go to a world-class training facility such as the Performance Center, diba? But do you think do you think they're waiting too long for this? Are you atat ka na ba to see Jade
No.
Cargill?
I'm okay. I'm okay with them them having her train at the PC for a while. Kasi like reason you said, like yes, she is like the clout that she brings is big, pero her wrestling ability may improve pa dun eh. May madami pang pwedeng ma-polish dun, and if she wants to go straight to the main roster, so she has to work for it. And I'm fine if they hold on her debut, maybe have her debut at the Rumble, kasi that's like a big stage for her to debut finally as an in-ring competitor. So I'm fine with it. Like, hindi naman ako atat na makita agad si Jade Cargill.
Ako kasi medyo sayang if they keep waiting. Like, she's not bad. Like, you can still have a lot of people lead her on. Diba? You can still have her do that and then come back to Florida to train, to Orlando to train. Parang sayang na kasi if you just keep having her, show up backstage to the parking lot, have her keep walking out of cars. That's obviously a lot of people are going to see right through it. They're going to eventually start asking, when is she finally going to have a match? Diba? Where is she going? Because you can only have her roll up to the stadium, to the arena for so long. I think you don't have to touch up that much.
Yeah. I also, that's also a good point. Right. Like she parang ano na siya eh. That's why we were predicting that she would go straight to the main roster, because like she's a complete package. Kailangan na ng konting polishing, but she's already a main event level star. Diba?
Okay. Yeah. That's about it for Jade Cargill. That's all we can say since she's just here arriving at arenas. All right. Next up, we have one last thing from NJPW earlier this year, Destruction in Kobe, I believe. The World Championship match, the World Heavyweight Championship match for Wrestle Kingdom 18 in January has been finally set. Sure na, Sanada versus Tetsuya Naito. Naito won the G1 earlier this year. And before I didn't get it because, Naito has done this so many times. I always want to see the G1 being given to younger talent that needs to be built up. But now I get it, two stablemates, former stablemates going at it for the championship. Naito is here to maybe possibly replicate yung big moment niya this time with, a full set of fans at the Tokyo Dome. And I'm kind of fucking with it now. I'm not the biggest Naito fan, but he is pretty good. Like, there's no disputing that. Do you have any thoughts on this, Emil?
I love this. I love this main event kasi again, I'm a big Naito fan, and it was kind of redeeming as a Naito fan that he was able to have a great G1, had a couple of match of the year candidates in the semis and in the finals, and now he gets to main event again. And he had so many of these moments already before, but some like he lost to Okada, and then when he finally won the title, like the pandemic and evil, like fucking evil, won the title over Naito. Sorry for the cuss words. I was just pissed na ganun na sayang yung title reign niya. But I think third time's the charm, and they finally do him some justice with a great main event against Sanada, who's an incredible talent. There's no denying that. But Naito is still the bigger star out of the two. That's why the new story of this match. Like for years, Naito has shadowed Sanada, and now Sanada broke out of the LIJ, but Naito still stands in his way to becoming the guy in New Japan as the heavyweight champion. So that is a great story heading in, and and I'm looking forward to the January 4th, 2024 main event between two of my favorites, actually, Sanada and Naito. So it's going to be a great one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it's a compelling story now. So remember, when now that everything has been pieced together, gets gonna. So again, let's see how else the Wrestle Kingdom 18 card builds up over the last few months of 2023. Right, that's it for our bonus episode topics. We'll see you again on Monday or Tuesday for the Picks of the Week episode. I think we'll also see if there's anything worth reacting to over the weekend. So you never know. Baka masign pa si CM Punk or whatever. Who knows? All right, we'll see you then, and see you next Thursday as well for the stream. Wrestling Podcast out. Peace.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.